It's been a whirlwind, dude. Like, I was out for a bit,
Yeah,
2 weeks, and
yeah.
then here I am trying to play catch
Yeah.
up. And
It's always the worst when
when you're
you
back
come
from,
back. Yeah,
hmm
because it's just like, all right, because it's the hope
like,
of like, okay, I can just get home, everything be cool, but then
dude, for real, like
always
that's,
something.
like I just want to be home, dude. Like
Yeah.
I just wanted to be home, and then we come home and it's like
Oh
boiling.
man,
I'm talking like
man.
te Texas hot, like not like
Texas.
like, oh, it's
Yeah.
hot over here. No, dude, this
Nah, this is
is.
just Texas heat.
What I'm saying? Like people are over like complaining about 80-degree weather, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, my house is
Done.
80 degree. Like inside the house, it's 80
Yeah.
degrees, like 85 or something, like 86.
Yeah.
I ain't
Like that's
living like
nothing.
that. I'm not European,
Yeah.
bro. Like those
Nah,
fools,
man.
they don't live
They
with
don't know
AC.
what
They don't.
heat is, man.
No, they think the wind is evil. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I need it. I need it.
Needed it. Oh,
All right, which one do you want to do then?
we're gonna do Blue Lock.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, that one. All right. Here. And three, two, and one. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Me Podcast. Me, Joangel, with my co-host Sal, and we are here to keep talking about anime like we always do.
Animemi is a podcast where Joe Angel tries to teach me how to love and watch some anime. So,
Anime,
wah, wah, wah. We need some of those sound. We need some
I
buzzers,
know,
dude.
yeah,
Like,
like
that.
how to get a soundboard.
Nah, nah. I don't think anybody uses that. That sounds hokey, right? Like, it's kind of, like that's
Yeah.
for like morning radio.
Morning radio, yeah, morning
Yeah,
radio guy. I mean, we could do it whenever we record it in the morning.
yeah.
That would be the
Like
tell sign, like, oh, these they recorded it in the morning.
yeah, like these guys are just
Yeah.
trying everything to be like entertaining with buzzer sounds and like honk, honk,
Honk,
like
honk,
yeah.
honk.
Yeah, we need noises, dude. That's what we need.
Oh, man.
Now, you
Well,
know what I need? I need
yeah.
some sports anime, Joe Andrew. Do you got any
Some
sports
sports
anime, bro?
anime. I do got sports anime because guess what, guys? We are about to go back into the world. And in the
Hey,
world, it's all about being number one. And what comes with number one? Beating each other. And what better way to beat each other than the Olympics, guys? Because it's about to get going.
oh, dude, every time, you're talking to the audience, but then you're also talking to me because I'm like watching these and I'm like, I didn't even think about it's the Olympics, dude.
Went
Like
from watching furries to watching sports.
yeah, we're coming up on the Olympics. It's like
Yeah,
what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks away. It's a week
yeah,
away. It's a week
week
away.
away. Yeah,
So like, it's going down for real.
for reals, guys.
And we're talking about what anime?
And to kick it off,
Pun
when
intended.
pun intended, we are starting with Blue Lock, guys.
I don't know nothing about no soccer, bro. I don't know nothing about no soccer. So much so that it makes me want to use double negatives. The only thing I know about soccer is Ted Lasso, bro.
Ted Lasso.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it? No, we don't have to talk about it.
I
But
watch it. I
the
see clips. There's one clip I always see.
oh,
It's about where he has to go back home because the kid's getting bullied,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, one guy's like, oh, we gotta go. We just gotta go beat him up. We'll beat the kid up." And then the other guy walks in. He's like, "No, we're gonna do that. So we're gonna be nice. And then
Oh
when he's
yeah.
asleep, we're gonna sneak
Oh
into his house." It's like
yes.
this disaster plan,
The
and they're
the
just looking
mo
at him like, "What,
An insane plan to
dude?"
like terrorize.
Right? Oh.
That's what happens when you bounce a soccer ball off your head way too
Yeah.
many times.
Way
Okay.
too many guys. Those
Okay.
concussions go unnoticed.
They really do. They go under the radar. It's a slow build. Let me hit us with a synopsis first,
Get
and then
it.
we could get into the rest of the insanity. Prefectural final for the National High School Soccer Tournament. Isagi? How do I say this?
Yeah, Usagi.
Isagi Yoshi, Yoshi?
Which
Man, dude, I don't know.
Yoichi?
Yeah, Yoichi, I don't
Yeah.
know. A first-year forward loses his chance for the Nationals because he passed the ball to his fellow player in front of the goal. That's when he receives an invitation for Blue Lock Soccer Academy.
Boom.
I should rewrite the synopsis. They
No.
give it to you. It's not great. Let's just say this kid loses his chance to go to Nationals. He goes home all sad,
Go
and then
said
he gets
still
his
gets a letter.
he gets a letter, not just any letter, a letter to the chance to like be in the Olympics.
The
Like,
Olympics.
yeah, but you got to prove yourself to be the
Yeah.
best. When was the Tokyo Olympics?
20. When was it?
Was
It's
that the
every
last
four.
one?
Is it every four? Is it every
It's
4 years?
it's every 4 years. Oh my gosh, Joe
So
Angel. This is
2020.
what you and I are watching anime, and
Yeah.
everybody else is watching like what's
Yeah,
current
what's going
events,
on in the world?
current events. Dude, we don't know nothing about no current events.
I couldn't think because it's like
It's every four
it's
years.
every four
L-
years. Because I always
Last
just think
year,
4 year stuff is our president stuff, which that's coming up
yeah.
too. So
Okay,
as what it
yeah.
is like.
And then like
Honestly,
COVID was a
Olympics.
weird
Yeah,
thing.
COVID like took it down. So I don't even think we had it. I don't even think we had it that year, did we?
I think we did. But it was in the bubble.
Sports was
The
weird that year too, because like they had all the just
like
people
the
could send in their cardboard cutouts and just
yeah yeah I forgot
everybody
about
was
that.
just playing
Yeah.
to an empty stadium.
Yeah, cardboard
Yeah,
cutouts is the thing, man. But I think this was before all that, the Tokyo Olympics, because
yeah,
I remember like the opening ceremony was
yeah,
like insane because it was like the most like synchronized. The
yeah,
Japanese are like amazing at like choreography and
yeah.
like being completely in sync and stuff like that.
Oh
And
yeah, they're like bees.
yeah, that's dude, that's exactly how it is. So here's the thing, Joe Angel. There's a reason why Walk Me Through It, Daddy is a real thing. Because I watched this and look how sparse my notes are, dude. I got, I've got three questions.
Three questions:
What is soccer? I wrote down.
who, what, and when.
Yeah, those are the three questions. I got nothing. I got nothing. But that's because I was really legit watching this show.
Yeah,
And it starts out and I'm like, oh, this looks great. I like the way it's drawn. It's got these kind of smooth, I want to say smooth pencil lines, kind of
yeah,
like you watch like the shadows
yeah,
they're like crosshatch
yeah. It's
shadows.
like the crosshatch and
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's smooth though. Like it looks
yeah,
good though. Like not like messy crosshatch, but like that looks really good.
clean. Yeah,
Clean.
clean lines. Yes.
Uh, I really don't know enough about like soccer, quote unquote
Quote
football.
football.
Do you know anything about soccer? Like,
I
did you
know.
did you play soccer
So
or
I played soccer as like if we
like
would
a
just go out and
kid?
play. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
we would just go out and play.
Yeah, on
I
like a
watched
playground,
it some, and then I mean I played FIFA a couple times too.
which is
But
actually
like
legit fun.
yeah, legit fun. But I know it's a lot of running,
Yeah.
a whole lot of running.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
the half. There's two halves, but they're like I think 30 minutes apiece.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's pretty good. This is
And
more
let's see, because
this
I know of course there's positions. It's almost like basketball where you have your centers, your forwards.
hmm
Of course, you also have the goalie at the end, and where I get a little confused is like how far you can go in, or
Yeah, like
like how much room the goalie has to go out
yeah,
of
right.
his zone and space.
There's an
And
offsides thing
yeah, because when they
that is
call offsides, I'm
interesting.
like, it's like that's what gets me sometimes when they call offsides. Like, what do you mean offsides? Like these dudes been running everywhere. Nobody's been offsides. So why is he offsides now?
There's no lines on
Yeah.
the ground. Like, how do
Or
I
like all the lines
know?
are crazy. It's like a box, the line in the middle of the field, and then you got the
Uh-huh.
box around the goalie,
Uh-huh.
and then somewhere in between those, I guess there's
Yeah.
somewhere offside.
Yeah. I don't know either. And the thing is, like, we have we have American football, and
Yeah,
there are like defined lines, and there's an
yeah,
offsides, and it's like
yeah. It's
easily defined.
definitive. Like, oh yeah, he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
offside.
there's a line there,
Yeah,
like of course. And there's like a time. I don't know,
yeah.
man. I know a little bit about it. Do you like soccer?
I enjoy it. I'll watch it if it's on or like I'm skimming through stuff and it pops
Yeah,
up.
right.
I'll watch the game. I'll watch the World Cup whenever it comes on.
Of
I think
course,
that's going
like,
on too.
mhm.
But like I don't really have like a favorite quote
Team.
favorite team or player. But I know like when it comes to fandom, like in sports, like the soccer clubs, the fandoms are insane.
They're on another level, dude. It
And
really
like they're
is.
more crazier than the Philadelphia Eagles.
They really are.
Fans, dude.
Like, well, because like we've talked, we as Americans we think, oh, dude, football and basketball, these are
Yeah,
the and
top sports.
top. Everybody watches it. Everybody
Yeah,
knows about it. But like when people watch the NFL, like
yeah,
the Super Bowl, it's millions of people watching. But when
yeah.
people watch like the
The
World
World
Cup,
Cup, it's
we're talking. Yeah, we're
everything.
talking billions of views. You like
Billions with a
with
B,
a B,
with
son.
a
Like,
B, son.
yeah, like it's like serious,
Yeah,
serious, and it's like in Italy or it's like a religion.
it's definitely in the top five sports of the world. I think
It may be the number
like
one sport.
I think it's like either that or it's tied with cricket because surprisingly cricket is like a
Yeah,
crazy watch sport too.
which is why like we
Yeah.
don't we don't know
So-
we don't know anything about
yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as I'm watching this show, I'm trying to think. I asked myself. I wrote down for real, and I
Yeah,
still haven't
for
answered it. Do I like soccer? That's my actual question to my own self.
do I
Wait
even
a
like
second.
soccer?
Do I like soccer? Like, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Like, I think I do. I really do think, especially now, like maybe it's just because I'm older and I need things to
Yeah.
slow down a little bit. You're just like,
It's easier to follow. It's like,
yeah,
okay, boom, boom.
there's that guy. What's
Yeah.
the score? 1-0.
One
Or
zero.
they
Zero
don't say
zero.
zero. They say nil. They
Nil.
say nil,
Yeah.
which I don't know
Nil.
who.
One
I don't know
nil.
who. I don't know who Neil is, but the man's he's a real zero. Okay.
Their score system is like tennis score system. You go from 0 to 15 to 30. It's like, wait, what are we doing?
How did you score 15 more points each time? I don't understand. It was one shot.
Yeah.
It starts off. Well, no. Well,
We
okay.
kind of have a
So
code open because it starts off at the I guess the pre-finals
yeah,
game to the final game.
and we also get
Yeah.
that inner talk, the inner
Yeah,
monologue
the
that
inner
we,
monologue
you know,
going.
that we've grown to love. Like, I
Yeah.
gotta do this. What do I do? You got like he's got like 1 second, and
Yeah.
everything goes through his mind. Like he's running, and it's a
Yeah.
split second decision, but
Should I
he's
take
like,
this shot or do I pass it?
yeah, it's like everything. It's like, did I
Yeah.
leave the oven on?
Yeah.
Like
So last second thoughts. So
last second thought, the
is it?
very
Yeah.
yeah, pass it, or
Yeah.
either I take the goal
Yeah.
or and try to win the game, or do I play this team sport
Yeah.
and like pass it, like, which is actually a real thing, especially with, I don't know if you played any kind of team sports, but like it's a whole I've done both. I've done
Yeah.
both team sports and I've done like individual sports. And it is, I don't know, did you ever, you played football.
Yeah. I played football.
Did you ever, and you can be real with me, Joe Angel, okay? Keep it real. 100. Can you keep it 100?
Keep it a
Will you
hundred.
do it did you ever like cry from a loss?
Not really cried. I was more just like disappointed.
Yeah, disappointed.
Yeah. I
Hey,
was just like,
hey,
man,
the world's not gonna judge you. Okay,
yeah.
there's lots of people that cried. I mean, I
Yeah.
saw somebody just recently, on there was the Euros went past, and they
Yeah.
there's a whole it's so confusing, dude. I'm still trying to figure it out. But like in Europe, there's their whole cup that they do. Then there's a Copa, which is all like the Central America and
Yeah.
America and Canada and all that stuff. Like they have their own cup, but it is intense. I mean, like these guys are playing for their country,
Yeah.
and this show supposes like Japan needs to win, and the extremes that they're gonna go through
Yeah.
to
To
win.
win. Yeah.
Yes, it is serious, serious. Like the guy, he gets an invitation to this
Yeah.
Blue Lock like academy, and they're gonna suss out the best striker out
Oh
of
yeah.
300 people. Like, is it
At
just gonna be one
300.
person? Is it gonna be one person that they choose out of this,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
is that?
because the whole thing when they're talking about it, there's 300 strikers there, but they're
Mhm.
all competing. They're gonna like live together, work out together, play together, practice together, but they're all competing against each other to be number one. It's like Squid Games almost.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I got that exact
Yeah.
feeling. That's exactly what I got. Also, here's another thing. I only know Squid Games because of the meme culture. I never watched it. Like I
Dude,
know
you gotta watch it. It's so good.
okay.
And season two is about to come up for it too.
And they did something else. Like, didn't they make a real life Squid Games too?
Mr.
Somebody
Beast. I think it was Mr.
did a
Beast.
did an
The
actual
real life.
Squid
Yeah.
Game. Okay, so who our protagonist? What are we calling him?
Yoichi.
Yoichi.
Yoichi. Yeah.
He is what is his they all get like uniforms and
Yeah.
there's like 300 of them and they all have a number and he's number what 299
299. Yeah. He's right
299
below the bottom.
the second
He's
worst
literally
player,
second to last.
which is ridiculous
Yeah.
because he just got through playing against like one of the best players. What
Yeah.
was he number one? Was that guy the blonde head? What's the blonde headed guy's
Nah, he wasn't
name?
number one, but he was up there.
He's up
His
there.
name was Nagi. Shishijo Nagi.
Is it Nagi?
Nagi. Yeah.
He is like legit and kind of the best player out there, and they have to play this tag game because this
Yeah.
sadistic, like, you know, who he reminds me of? This guy who's running this whole academy is the, I don't know his
Is
name,
it
but he on
Despicable Me?
yes, that guy,
Vector?
Vector.
Yeah,
That is,
that's
he's
the first thing. He's
he's
like,
Vector, right?
this Vector came back.
This is Vector, and
Yeah.
he's like that.
His
That's the
revenge
character.
plot is to build a soccer team.
Yeah, and he's gonna take down the Incredibles
Yeah.
or take down Gru.
True, yeah.
Is it Gru? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Gru.
great, yeah.
With his little round glasses and
Yeah.
his bowl haircut. I mean, it
Dude,
is.
that
He's
bowl
even
cut,
shaped
man.
like a yeah,
Yeah.
like he's an
And the way
evil
he
villain.
acts too is like him, like the
Yeah, a little bit.
eccentricness of it. It was like,
Yes.
dude, this is just Vector, man.
It really is. Like there's a part where he's like giving the speech and he's talking
Yeah.
about like being an egotistic or
Yeah.
an egoist to like you have to believe in yourself so much and you have to think you're number one so
Yeah.
much that this is what's going to drive you to be the best of all time.
Yeah.
And then he starts laughing and he bends like almost all the way
Yeah.
backwards. I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that same exact
Yeah.
stance from Vector.
Yeah.
But I had this conversation with someone just recently too. Like I was like, I wrote down, is this man spitting or what? Because I don't know. I don't know if he's wrong or not. Like I'm thinking of some of the best players in the world, and I want to see because he kind of he listed some fake soccer players,
Yeah.
and then
But he
he talked
listed
about
real ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
Pele said, like
Yeah.
it's me, like I'm
Yeah,
the
it's
guy.
me. Yeah.
And you
Wait,
go, is that real? Did he really say that? And do you really do need to be like
it
to be the
goes
best,
it goes hand in hand, I think.
right?
Because like you want your team to be the best. You want to be the champions and stuff. But in order to do that, everybody has to be their best version of themselves.
Yeah.
Which you had in order to do that, you had to be egotistical. You have to be all about you in order to be great for everybody else, I think.
Yes. Yeah, right. But like, do you have to be, oh, I think there's like a fine line.
Yeah, it's all about where that line is. Because like even if you watch like Kobe, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Like
Kobe's the best.
there's a bunch of interviews. He's even said to where like during practice he would be there early, first one there, last one to leave.
Hmm.
But he wouldn't pass you the ball if he didn't think you were doing your best. Like he would keep it for
Yes.
himself and just be the one man team, just
Yeah.
because nobody else was putting in the effort he was. But that's
That,
how he was because he wanted to be the greatest and be at the top of his game. So he had to be kind of egotistical at that point.
yeah. See, I think so. I think I guess there's a balance of like,
Yeah.
you don't want to be a jerk. You don't want to be
Yeah.
like, it's not
You
him
want to
like
be
being
too much to where it
like
feels
nobody,
like it's just you
yeah.
and then your team. Or
You gotta, you,
yeah.
you gotta have a certain, like almost an insane level of confidence. Like
Yeah.
you had, like, oh, it's gonna be me. Like I forget who it was, but they asked, I think it may have been Jordan, like, who's gonna take the last
Yeah.
shot? And he just says it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
Kobe may have said this too. He's like, I'm gonna take the shot. Like
Yeah.
if it comes down to the wire, and
Yeah.
we got like seconds on the line.
Yeah. So,
You have to have some sort of supreme next level belief in yourself
yeah.
that you're gonna make the shot. Like
Yeah.
under pressure, like all the eyes on you, and you got to make this shot to either tie or win the game, and you've got
Yeah.
to have the next level of like supreme confidence to be able to do this. So like,
Yeah.
I'm not completely off from this guy, but I feel
Yeah.
like we're gonna learn though. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like,
There's just stuff that it is. There's a certain level of confidence you have to have in yourself to prosper and succeed.
yeah. But I don't know though, because I'm not the best at anything, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what we're talking about. Like,
I'm the
get,
best at not know what I'm talking about.
someone get Caitlin Clark, get, get Caitlin Clark on the line and be like, hey, have you seen this anime? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Like,
You
what
think about this?
do you think that you have to be an egomaniac to be like the best in the world? Like, I mean, because
Yeah,
that is the thing. Like, the striker
yeah,
is the position is like the you're gonna take most of the shots on the goal. Like,
yeah,
the rest of the guys are kind of getting putting things in position, and they'll take a shot here and
yeah,
there, but you're gonna take, you should be taking at least 2 to 3 times more shots than these other guys, because you're the
yeah,
striker. Like, you're the
yeah,
guy that everybody else believes in, that you're gonna try to, like, you're the one that takes the shot on the goal. So you have to
yeah,
have, like, at the very beginning they have a chance to win the game. He is a striker, they would kind of expect him to go ahead and take a
yeah.
shot. Like, you're
And that's
you're
the thing.
supposed to
That's
be the
his inner
guy.
monologue is what he's dealing with. He's like, "I'm here. We're about to win. We could tie this up. So I could take the shot." And then I think his coach from the sideline screams, "Remember, all one for all and all for one."
Yeah.
And then he goes into "Oh, that's right. This is a team sport." It's like my teammates right here on this side. Like I
Hmm.
could take the shot or I could pass it. And ultimately, he passes it, and the teammate misses.
Oh man,
Yeah, yeah,
do you have any of that? I had flashback of like some stuff that,
yeah.
like, dang, what if? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. As soon
Did
as that,
you
I was like, man, just threw me back. It's like, would have did that. If this would have
Yeah,
happened, would have just made
yeah.
this went this way or went this way. Yeah,
Uncle Rico style, you know?
Uncle Rico
Uncle
style, man.
like, if Coach would have put
Who
us
put
in,
me in, man? Would have stayed.
it would have gone to state, no
Stay.
problem, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind. Yeah, I mean, I think about it too, and I felt with them so hard, because in a moment like that, with, like, when the pressure is on and you fail, and everybody else, they showed, even everybody else on the team is like crying, and they're all
Yeah.
sad, and, like, they're all like super emotional about it, and he's just
Yeah.
stoic. And I
Yeah.
think it's a little bit of shock. He's in shock a little bit.
Yeah.
He's kind of like in denial of the whole thing. And it doesn't hit you until later, until you're like, dang it. Like, I
Yeah.
had it. Like, I had it. I could have done it. I could have gone to nationals. I could have done,
Yeah.
and you thought you were destined for something else. And then he breaks down. He's in front of those little
Yeah.
kids, and they're
Yeah.
like, hey, what's wrong with this guy?
Look at
He's
this
like,
guy.
yeah, hey, is that guy kind of weird? And he's all
Yeah.
talk. He's got the inner
Yeah,
monologue.
he's got to go on it because he's going through his whole life too, from when he like first got into soccer, watching it, and then started playing it. And it seemed like through his childhood, he was like one of the number one players on his team.
Yeah, yeah, he's
And
always been the
for it
best.
to like come up to this moment where he's all like, "I lost." Yeah,
Dude, this show, like, right as soon as it ended, I was like, Wait, what? I didn't even write anything down.
yeah.
Was it just me, or did it end really fast? Was it
It
like
felt like it went really fast. Yeah,
it's the same length of any other anime,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's the same league, but I think it's the
Okay.
pacing of it. Like
Yeah, right?
get from
Because
here to here to here. It was like quick. Like
nothing real.
as soon as like the what do you call it? I guess like the break would have been.
Yeah.
Where's the Blue Lock logo? And then
Yeah.
it shows them at the facility. Like as soon
Yeah.
as it gets to that, it feels like it was just like 5 minutes. Like it
Yeah.
was just like quick run through.
It was crazy, like, because
Yeah.
they get to a point, and like, they have the soccer game. Then he has the realization that he's not going to go
Yeah.
to nationals. He gets an invitation, and then he's at the Blue Lock Academy,
Yeah.
and then they got to play this crazy sadistic tag game. Which what were the
Yeah.
stakes on that? What was that? He's
So
like,
I think because okay, so Vector Stink is telling
yes,
people to lock
Vector.
off, which I guess lock off is just get out of here.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And so I think they're in their rooms. They got all the people who they're gonna bunk with, they're gonna be
Hmm.
living with and staying with. But he's making them play this game to like get them into the mood of what's really going on. Because he tells them whoever's it at the end, it gets locked off, or which I'm guessing is like you get cut.
Yeah.
And so it started with the lowest guy, whose name was it was Kurimu.
Hmm.
Like he's number 300, so he's the lowest of the low. there, and it's him first. So he's like going after these other people, kicking the
And
ball. Yeah,
he has to tag him with the soccer
yeah, he's
ball.
got to tag him with the soccer ball, and it goes through the whole thing, and so it has Yoichi being the one, and he's about to like kick get Girimu back again, but he's going through the whole thing again of like, I can't do this. Like he's like, I can't, if I want to be the best, I can't beat someone weaker than me. I have to beat someone stronger than me. So then he
Yeah,
turns
yeah,
around because he's like bunking with some other like top strikers there,
yeah.
and he starts going after them, and at the end he hits Nagi in the face, and then it just kind of cuts right there. So it's just
Over.
like, okay, does that mean Nagi's out? Just like,
Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
was wondering. I was like, okay, did he just knock out the best player on the team here by tagging him,
yeah,
or what is the thing? And he also like they are also still kind of like questioning if all this is for real. Like,
yeah,
is this really what's happening, or is this guy just kind of like playing head games and he's
yeah,
trying to like, see if we have the killer
yeah,
instinct or any kind of stuff, or is he really gonna follow through with what he's saying about
yeah.
like how this is gonna go?
Yeah, because at the beginning, when they all show up before they get to the facility and they meet Vector for the first time, a lot of them are just like, "You're crazy! Like, we're not gonna do that. Like, we have nationals coming up. We have all this,
Yeah.
we have other commitments. It's like, what do you makes you think we're gonna be there?" And then he gives another speech, and then of course, Yoichi is the first one to like, you
Start
know what?
sprinting.
Sure, I'm gonna go. I want to be
He
the
started it.
best.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
everybody else just like follows suit. But it's funny because Nagi's the one. He was the first one to protest in the beginning. He's
Yeah.
like, some of us have like, I can't be a part of this. Like, first of all, you're crazy and ridiculous. These mans
Hmm.
are crazy. He's like, second, most of us have nationals. We got to go play in. He's like, and like third, he's all like, it's a team sport. Like you're spitting crazy. And then later on, when we find out that he's one of Yoichi's roommates, he tells him like, I'm only here so I can prove Victor wrong. It's like, I
Hmm.
want to prove him wrong, that it's not what his ideals are. Like, that's not what the sport's about.
Yeah, yeah. It's a team
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But Vector is trying to get a team together for the Olympics, for the Tokyo Olympics, and
yeah.
you need and you're gonna be able to represent
Japan.
Japan, but Japan hasn't been super great at soccer in the
Yeah,
Olympics. And so they're trying to turn this whole thing around
yeah,
by going to these extremes. Like here you are,
yeah.
but if you don't make it onto the team, was
Done
it
son.
just, yeah, you're done. You can't even,
Yeah.
there's no chance of you even
I think
later
like one of
on.
the words he says like, you'll never make it onto the
Yeah.
national team or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, you'll never get to represent Tokyo ever.
yeah.
Like that's just you're not gonna represent Japan in
You're done,
in
son.
the you done go play some checkers.
Exactly.
That's more your game,
Yeah.
okay? Checkers is your game. So
Go
we
get
over
that
here
ball,
playing.
ball boy.
Yeah, you're the water boy now,
Yeah.
okay? You're the water boy
Speaking of
now.
which, I watched that this past weekend. Yeah,
It's so good,
it's so good.
so good, so good. I think that's about it on the show. I
Yeah.
said, let's see if I got anything on my notes here.
I would say it's
Oh,
like, it seems like his parents were just like,
so aloof.
not really like so aloof, not really concerned, like, because well, obviously even his mom and his dad said themselves like, well, we really don't understand what soccer is, but it seems
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm gonna go send this invitation and now I'm gonna be gone forever, or I don't know however long it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's just like they're
Uh,
like, okay.
They were barely there. They were like,
Yeah,
he gets the letter in the mail and it's
yeah,
like something like, hey, you're chosen to, been chosen to go to Blue Lock and this soccer
yeah,
academy. And they're like, is that good? I don't know.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
And it's so funny because they weren't even at the game, and it's like,
Yeah.
it seems like, okay, he was just at one of like his most defining moment games
Yeah.
in his life. Nobody was, y'all weren't
Yeah.
there,
They
and they
came
just were
home.
like, oh, how'd you? His mom was just like, oh, how'd the game go? We lost. Oh, okay. Well, I made
Yeah.
pork. I made pork cuts.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I had that same meal, by the way, Joe and Joe. I think I told you
What?
this. Like some pork katsu, I think.
Katsu, yeah,
Dude, it's the first time I ever had katsu before. I'm in love, man.
and
I
he
don't,
left.
I don't know if you ever had this. Like it's just breaded, and
Yeah,
you can get it pork or chicken, or where I was, and I ended up getting the pork, and it's
so
so
good.
good, it's so good. But there's nowhere in town that makes anything, so I'm gonna have to learn how to make this myself.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah, that was such a interesting, like, especially with here in the States, like if you want to be really great at something, your parents have
yeah,
to be extremely involved. You have
yeah,
to like had played soccer your entire life, and they're usually like taking you're being taken to camps.
Yeah.
You're you're paying for like special like attention from like
Yeah.
coaches and stuff, like getting personal lessons and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I mean that's how it is across the world. I'm pretty sure of it. And some other nations take it super serious. Like
Yeah.
you're only doing this. Like you're not even
Yeah,
going to
this
go to
is all of
school.
it. Yeah.
This is it. This is what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're either gonna be a soccer phenom or
Nothing.
nothing else.
Yeah.
It's either this or nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's part of what almost has to go into being an Olympian. Like you have
Oh
to
yeah.
dedicate your whole life to that. And a lot of them do dedicate, like that's their whole childhood, that's their whole life has been preparing in whatever sport they're going to participate to
hmm
be the Olympian and the highest of that level.
I mean, it's what it takes because everybody else is doing it. That's the thing. Like everybody else is preparing themselves as hard as they. So you have to prepare yourself. You got to dig deep. Just
Yeah.
as much. And I think that's what they're gonna kind of find themselves doing in this. Like if we suppose that it is kind of what was the show we talked about earlier?
Uh, Squid Game.
Japanese Squid Games. Squid
Yeah.
Games. You have to, there's going to be a bunch of you and you
Yeah.
have to, perform the best so that you don't get knocked out. And so like that's what it's gonna, I don't know. I don't know how this show ends up if they think that they're gonna be a sport. I mean, they're gonna be a team sport, but I just feel like Vector's got maybe some sort of rude awakening that
Yeah.
they're gonna force upon him, but I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Oh,
Hit me with
all
some facts
right.
on this show.
So this started off back in August of 2018 as a
Okay.
manga. And
Okay.
so this was created. So this was a two person. So it was
hmm
written by Minayuki Kaneshiro, and it was illustrated by Yusuke Nomura. And then it's still ongoing. So the manga itself is still going on.
Okay.
And there's also a spin-off manga called Blue Lock Episode Nagi, which it follows Shirisho Nagi. So it follows the blonde hair guy. So
Okay.
that's what the spin-off is about.
The pretty boy.
Yeah, the pretty boy. That one was written by Kineshiro, but it's illustrated by a different author, who's Kota Sanomiyu.
hmm
And that one I believe is still going on too. And so the anime came out in October of 2022. And so
Okay. Interesting. Okay,
there,
so
yeah.
real quick though, before you keep going, the Tokyo Olympics were 2020.
2020.
2020. So they were the last Olympics,
Yeah.
and this was like the whole bubble Olympics.
Yeah.
So I need to go back and look to see how they did in, the whole like soccer thing.
Oh,
Go
thing.
on.
Yeah. All right. And so there's 24 episodes total. One season.
hmm
One season so far. But the second season's coming out in October of this year. So October 5th
Interesting.
will be season 2 premiere.
That's a whole is that a 2 years span
It's
of
about, well, so it came out, so the anime aired from October 2022 all the way till March 2023.
okay, so yeah,
So
not too far
yeah,
off. So
not too
they're
far.
really okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because like I said, the manga's still going on too, so they're probably giving it more time to build up so they can go back and animate it. Because sometimes with anime shows, when it gets animated, they'll cover probably maybe 2 to 3 chapters, depending on the length of the chapter itself. For
Okay.
as far as like a single episode goes. So we didn't get the opening song here, but we'll get it on the next one, which that
Uh-huh.
song's gonna be Chaos Reigns by Unison Square Garden. And then the ending song is Winner, and that is by Shuge Nakamura.
So that song that we listened to at the very end, is that still the ending song or is that
I think that's still the ending. I think that's still the ending song.
okay. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. It was pretty. And then there is a animated movie, but it's basically just the animated version of the spin-off manga. It's
Oh,
not.
of the
Yeah,
other
it's
guy.
the other guy.
I thought you were gonna say that it was Shaolin Soccer, because
Shaolin
I'd
Soccer.
believe you. Shaolin Soccer, dude. Dude,
Oh, dude,
I love Shaolin Soccer,
it's
and
so good, man.
I need to watch it
It's a
back because
classic.
now that I know a little bit more about soccer
Yeah,
and I got Ted Lasso under my belt, I
man.
might
There
love
you go.
Shaolin. And Shaolin Soccer might be my favorite movie if I go back and watch it now. It's so good.
So good.
It's so good.
There is some live action stuff too of this.
Like how? Like,
It's called
is
the
it?
World Cup.
It's called Squid
It's
Games. It's
called
called
Squid
Squid
Games.
Game.
No, there's three stage plays for this.
Stage plays?
Three of them, doc.
I don't understand, Joe Angel. I don't understand what the world needs or wants, really,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, you know what? Don't even give me what they are. Let me see how many people showed up. What was the attendance
What's
like?
the audience look like?
Was it just like the people who created the show and they're all like watching and they're clapping for themselves? Hey,
It's all
I
their
did a good.
parents and their
Yeah,
friends.
their parents are there. They're like, oh, you're doing great, son. You're doing good. No one's
Oh,
here.
that was
No,
really good. Yeah.
like, right? I'm just trying to think of like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's something for
Yeah.
everybody. The fact that this is a soccer anime, I mean, I
Yeah.
wonder. I got some people in my life that are into soccer if they would be into this
This
show,
anime.
this anime. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of even just, I mean,
Well,
I
they
don't know.
did. So,
Three
I
live
think
shows.
it was during the 2022 FIFA World Cup.
Hmm.
One of Japan's uniforms was based off of Blue Lock.
This show.
Yeah, this show.
Whoa,
Yeah.
okay. That is
So
that's legit.
that shows you
That
like how like good it is, or how like at least how
well
much movement and well
received.
received it was in
Yeah.
Japan.
That's wild to me, dude. That really is. I mean, I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be. Like there's no animated shows going on in America, or is there, where they take inspiration like like I'm thinking like a basketball team would probably be the closest thing, but really
Yeah.
they don't swing for the fences like that. They'll like just change the colors up just to be fun. Like
Yeah.
look at these cool colors. Or like the Mavericks and the Suns they'll do like a
I don't-
Mexico kind of
Yeah.
inspired thing where they're called
I
Los
think
Suns or Los Mavs. That's about it. You're not gonna get like
because
a
it's
TV
usually the
show.
reversal. It's usually the animated shows like taking cameos in from the
Yeah,
real
yeah,
world.
yeah.
Like like with the Simpsons, you got all the cameos in there. Funny Guy. Like the
You
other
don't
thing I
get it
could
the other
think
way.
of is like I guess the Harlem Globetrotters would be like the Looney Tune-ish with their antics, like
Yeah,
the way they
yeah.
play and act and stuff. That
Well,
baseball team, the Bananas or whatever, that like
yeah, yeah, yeah. The Banana
do
Club, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that do
yeah.
crazy
I don't.
stuff. But as far as like
Yeah,
something like this, I don't know. It's really hard.
you know what I'm saying? Like to where you would just you would take inspiration from like a popular show. Maybe there's something out there with no, there's nothing.
Yeah,
There really isn't anything like
I think so.
an
Let us know in
animated
the comments
show.
if you know something in America. Let us know in the
Yeah,
comments. Yeah.
yeah. I'd want to know this. I want to
Yeah.
know this.
And while you're waiting on that, you can play the mobile game because
Wha-
there's a mobile game.
A mobile game?
Yeah.
Am I playing soccer in this mobile game, or am I just like is it that
So
tag game? Actually, that tag game does seem kind of
it
like
still
a
seems pretty fun.
yeah, like if that was
Yeah.
just the game, if you played like a character and you had to
Yeah.
hit people with soccer balls,
Yeah.
oh, dude, that
Which, by the
sounds
way, they're all playing barefoot too. So I
yeah,
don't know if you ever
that's
kicked a soccer ball barefoot. It
it
hurts.
hurts. It'll sting, dude.
Yeah.
It'll sting, especially if it's cold.
Yeah. So the mobile game is called Blue Lock Battle Blaze.
Blue
Um,
Lock Battle Blaze.
and I don't know if it's on iOS yet. I know it's on Android. If it is
I'll
on
look
iOS, it might be in Japan only thing, but I know it's on Android. And there's
right after
also yeah,
right after this. I'm gonna download it if it is, and I'll let you
download
know
it.
if it's any good.
Boom.
What
And there's
happened?
also so there's another mobile game called eFootball, which is like a soccer game, but it has like they're like skins. So it's almost kind of like a Fortnite thing where they got the characters in that game itself. So you
Mhm.
could get them as like a variant, I guess a playable variant in that game.
Dope. I mean, I do love me some soccer games.
Yeah.
Like I got that Mario Strikers. It's a soccer
Yeah.
game. Legit good. I just played
Yeah.
FIFA for the first time like a couple months ago and it was really fun. Like they have like a street version where you're on the
Yeah.
street and you're kind of like it's like legit. I was like, "Oh, dude, I could legit play this game for real. How come I've been like, I've been dogging it." It's because they
Yeah.
come out with one every year and it's like it's $100 to buy and then next
Yeah.
month like
Yeah.
then it's like then you could find a million of them. Like you go
Yeah.
to like a game store and they're all there. It's just like
For like
nobody wants to.
$20.
Yeah, for like no, for less, for $5. She's
For
like,
five-
you could buy all
yeah.
last year's, the last 2 years for five
Yeah.
dollars a piece. And like, man, someone spent $100 on these games. But yeah, it's pretty fun though.
And so there's also a novel too. which the novel is just a prologue. And that is coming out on Wednesday, on the 17th.
Yo, bro, you hit me with
Yeah.
some new facts, son. Like
So
this thing is
new facts. This thing is
some new.
going still.
It is. This is like this is like the next big thing, right? It
Yeah.
goes solo leveling, kaiju number
Here's
8,
a
blue lock.
blue light.
Like it's that popular.
Yeah.
Or
Okay,
is
it's
it?
good.
I still can't tell. I still can't tell. Like it's popular or it isn't. It doesn't matter, I think. I still don't know. I gotta go to Japan and just go like and just walk around to everybody. Hey,
Yeah.
what do you like?
What do
You
you
like
like? What
everything?
do you
Are
watch?
you,
What do you
did
do?
you how many stage plays have you been to? Have you been to
Yeah.
like every stage
Have
play?
you been
Like
to every stage laser been? Where are the actors? Where are these actors?
yeah.
How
Is this
famous
what
are
you
they?
want? Did you want these stage plays or are you just TV's not working for you no
Yeah.
more? You know, like
Actually, I gotta see it live.
yeah,
If
yeah.
it's
I
live
want this.
action, I want to see it live.
Yeah, I want the TV to be in real life,
Yeah.
okay? Maybe
Uh,
I don't get it. I don't get it. But I gotta go see it.
yeah. Let's see. So I did find an interview by Animania that they did with Kenichiro and Nomura. You can go find it, look at it, read it. It's just they're talking to the writer and artist about it. But one of the questions they asked was why was the personal success and individuality highlighted so much in the story itself? And
Hmm.
Kaneshiro so answered. I'm gonna paraphrase stuff he said. He said the biggest. They said the biggest difficulty in creating a character who lives for someone else is simply because I'm not that way myself. He said one could look at the notion underlying as or the motivation underlying as a selfless mindset from another perspective. Merely, I'm just not the type of person who is in that thought process. And they went on to say, choosing to create this original idea of individuality, of personal success, of living for myself was better. I was better able to understand that versus as the mindset of somebody who's living for someone else. So they really put in like the effort of like all the animes we've seen, everybody, all the protagonists, the main characters, they're always doing it for the betterment of everybody else. But there are some people to where, but that's like at the end of the day, it's a hard thing to compare yourself to, where you're not always like that.
Hmm.
A lot of times we're
Yeah.
always self-centered or egotistical. We're all about the self. So they chose to write more of a character based off of that to be more because they felt more attachment to that type of character versus the selfless prominent antagonist we've been seeing.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
It is a different take on it because I mean, I wouldn't say that for I mean, I can't speak about, any other culture, but in
Yeah.
America, it kind of feels that way. Like if you
Yeah.
look at most characters, I mean, yeah, because we always talk about this in anime. They're
Yeah.
always the like I gotta do this, I
I
gotta do
gotta
this for my
do
family, I
yeah.
gotta do this for my, for everybody. This person, I need to save that person.
Yeah.
And in America, there is a certain kind of like underlying selfishness, like
Yeah.
I want to be a TikTok star or
Yeah.
I want to be, this is all about me. I'm the
Yeah.
main character. I'm the
Yeah.
main character energy, the ops and all that kind of stuff. Everybody
Yeah.
else is a, like it's
Yeah.
about you so like so much that you forget about your fellow man. You
Yeah.
forget, but that is interesting. I mean, like, hmm. I think there has to be both though.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
there's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
And I'm for the balance of that thing where because you do have to be selfish in
Yeah.
some points in your life. Like you have to like make sure that you're good.
Yeah.
And if you are good, then you can help other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to be
Yeah.
good. So, cause like you were saying with like Kobe Bryant, like you were
Yeah.
like, we were talking about how like he was working really hard so that he
Yeah.
could be the best, so that their team could be the best.
Yeah.
But he's not going to pass the ball to somebody who's also not trying to be the best.
Yeah.
And for the most part, like any team that has the best player makes the rest of the team a better team
Yeah.
because they believe believe in themselves as well, just as much as Kobe Bryant believed in himself, because he
Yeah.
believed in them too.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't be to that level if he wasn't so like
Driven. Personal.
driven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's really the that's an interesting kind of perspective, I think, because I think it's a real one. I think it's a real
Yeah.
one, but
Yeah, like it's, I will say, as far as like, of course, because a lot of animes, a lot of mangas, like I said, they'll take the creators, some writers will take from real life experiences, stuff they've been through or
mhm,
seen, or just everyday stuff. And like, this is one of the ones where it gets into like the side of actually like, okay, I'm more on the selfish side to where I'm trying to better myself to be the
mhm.
best versus as trying to be a team player, because being a team player isn't always going to get you to the top. It's like I
Yeah,
got to, if I want to make it to the top, I have to strive to be the best for myself first, and then in turn, we'll be able to contribute to bettering everybody else.
yeah, yeah. That is I mean, I enjoyed the show, and it makes you wonder
Makes
well
you want to
it got
guac
me
talk.
it makes me want to guac talk this bad. Let's go ahead. Let's guac talk this
It's
bad.
guac
Well, you know what I'm
talk it.
saying? The diamond in the rough thing kind of
Yeah,
got me initially. Because the guy,
yeah,
Vector says it twice. He's like,
yeah,
"You guys are my diamonds in the rough. Like
yeah,
you're not. He's not the worst.
yeah,
He's the second worst
yeah,
striker on the
yeah,
team. So we have that like already have that anime kind of trope of like
yeah,
you're not the best, but if you work
yeah.
hard and you believe
Now,
in
now we're gonna see
yourself,
the process of you building yourself up.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's get some stat points. Let's
yeah,
put them in spots and let's see ourselves progress.
yeah.
So it's got that part. We're in school kind of. We're in an
Kind of. Yeah.
academy. So we got that anime thing going for us.
Checking the
I have
boxes.
I got Ted Lasso under my belt, so I know something about soccer. That's I only know what TV tells me about
What TV tells me
other
about this?
TV's teaching me about other TV. You know? Um, Also, a real quick aside.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this or if you've even recognized this, but guacamole Takis, they're nowhere to be found, Joe Angel. They took them off the shelf again. Or people
It,
they've heard from the podcast like our
yeah.
guacamole Takis and they're they're eating the heck out of them.
Yeah. I gotta bring you some next time I go down there,
They
because
got them over there. They don't
I
got them
got I
here.
got them. I see them every day, man.
Just like they got too many of them over
They
there.
got to
They
me.
ain't got. I haven't got my shipment over here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're living in a small town, and me and like two other kids who are like
Yeah.
playing video games and smashing Mountain
The only
Dew are
ones that
just.
were buying them.
Yeah, we're the only ones buying them, and they bought them all up
Yeah.
because we only get five a year or something like,
Yeah.
or 5 packs a month or something. Yeah, this show though. I like the character. I like the way it's drawn. It has this kind of like soft glow to it every now and then with the lighting
Yeah.
and stuff, which is kind of cool. It's very crisp. It's extremely fast. Like, I wonder if the rest of these episodes are gonna be like this, where it's just like it was not a lot went on. It's not extremely convoluted. I kind of got exactly where we're going, or they lay out a pretty easy, plot.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's do I, at the end of the show, if I'm gonna give this thing a rating and if I'm
Yeah.
gonna say put it on the list, I put it on the list and I actually do watch the show.
Yeah.
Am I gonna add this to my list?
Are you gonna actually go back and watch this? That's the
And
key thing. Is, did it grab you enough to be like, I want to see what happens
I
next?
want to see more of this show.
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe, but just maybe though. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm on a light. I'm like on a light maybe here. And then maybe it's just the heat in my house, dude. I can't watch. I don't want to. I don't want to watch anything. I'm too
Yeah.
hot. I'm too angry to
Too
watch.
hot.
I'm too hot to
Yeah.
watch. I got hot face. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
got
Like
hot face, man.
I can't look at anything. I just want to
My
lay
mind's
still.
melted away.
Yeah, I don't. I'm too busy trying to
Yeah.
survive, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's give me let me try to rank this from 1 out of 5
How
soccer
many
balls.
how many soccer balls are you scoring?
How
How many
many people am I
goals?
how many goals how many people am I gonna knock out with this
Yeah.
soccer ball? Man, I mean 1 out of 5. I'm probably at a 3. I'm probably at a 3, but I can't explain to you why though. Like I really don't like. maybe because it happened so quickly. I don't know. I don't. This is one of the
Yeah,
only. This is one of the few perplexing animes where I'm like, I wasn't either hot or cold. Usually, I'm like, I could
yeah,
tell that if I'm gonna continue to watch this, but I'm
yeah,
almost on the fence of watching this some more.
yeah. Do you think it's the
Mm.
fact just because you don't really know much about soccer?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm kind of. That's why I asked you if you knew anything about soccer. Because, but the thing is, I like Ted Lasso. I love the
Yeah,
show. It's Ted Lasso is an amazing show.
yeah.
But it wasn't for the soccer. Like I
It was,
wasn't like
yeah,
watching it for the soccer. I was watching it for, the characters and all that
yeah,
stuff. And maybe there's something to be said about like it that because it was so fast that we didn't get to establish too much. We got a little bit of the background on our protagonist about
yeah,
how he was, driven. He is, has been trying to become the best ever, but then like he's struggling with if he's going to be a selfish player or if he's playing for a team
yeah,
or what's he driven by, like, or does he really have that killer instinct that he needs to
yeah.
have? And yeah, I don't know. I'm actually really torn. This is the most I've been torn from any anime that I'm like, I could really watch this, but I have so many other shows to watch.
Yeah.
I'll ask a friend of mine who's actually into soccer,
It's like,
like, hey man, watch this first episode.
have you watched this? And if
Yeah,
not, watch this and get
watch
back
this
to
and
me.
tell me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me. I do like the whole, like, maybe if it continues, maybe I'll give it a couple more episodes.
yeah,
If it continues to be the Squid Games of soccer,
yeah,
like if they keep doing this whole like soccer tag thing, but like
yeah,
other things like it,
yeah. Other stuff.
I might be into it. I might be into it. Where are you at on this though?
I'm about at three. About
Yeah,
like
about a three.
halfway. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
there's other sports animes that I've watched and I liked. Like there is one called iChill 21, which is
Uh-huh.
about American football, and
Okay.
so yeah, so we'll
That's
probably watch
dope.
that one later.
Okay.
There's other stuff. Like I said, there's when it comes to sports, there's so many stuff, dude. And there's other soccer animes too out there. This
Mm-hmm,
is
mm-hmm.
just one of the newer ones that I picked for us to watch, especially since it was one of the ones that got to the level where you actually had a Japan's national football team wear a jersey that was inspired by it.
It
And
has a
so
big
and there
following. Yeah.
like all this stuff, like there is a level that it's reaching to where it's like it has me intrigued to continue it and watch it more because of like, okay, if it's getting like this noticeable to do these things, then there is something to it.
Yeah, yeah. We're not it's just two of us and there's,
Yeah,
millions of other people who are actually watching this and
yeah, yeah.
know more
Everybody
about it than we
else,
do. So
we grew up in America and everybody else didn't.
yeah.
We had two different footballs.
They call it
Yeah,
soccer for me though. I watched this
yeah,
in the dub and I was like,
yeah.
hey, you know what?
I
You know what I
appreciate that.
want.
They
You
knew
know
what
what
I,
I need. You
yeah.
know what I need. I don't know what. Yeah. Speak American to me.
Speak American. All right, guys. Well, that is our episode. That is Blue Lock. And if you've watched this anime, let us know in the comments. Let us know why we should continue watching this. Help us be definitive in our yes or no on this one because, guys, we're
Hmm.
kind of on the fence torn.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And while you're in those comments, let us know how you're liking this podcast. Let us know if there's any animes that you want to watch. I want us to watch any sports animes, any other animes that we've covered. Like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff, guys. We're coming up on something special here at think in about 4 weeks. Yeah, I
Yarp.
think it's about 4 weeks. Yeah,
Yarp.
being a, be sticking around, guys, because we got a special coming out for y'all. We got other special stuff we're going. I don't know, you can't see this, I can see it, what I got.
Oh snap!
Boom.
I'm seeing
Oh,
it. I
shit,
see it.
seen it.
Looking
Hey,
crisp,
looking
looking
crisp
clean.
and clean, and you guys will be able to see that pretty soon here. So be on the lookout for that, and also give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at Anime Meepock, where you can find clips and stay up to date on the stuff we got going on, and you can see all the little posts we've been posting on what we got going on. Guys, it's getting good. It's getting there. We're getting there, guys.
Yeah.
And to help us get there, hit those 5 stars and hit those likes and those share buttons because that helps us out, guys. And if we get enough, maybe they'll send Sal his Takis back.
I want an anime Taki. You know what I'm
And
saying? Like I mean, an anime me Taki. I talked about this
yeah,
before. So I'm gonna get
our own
Mr. Taki.
flavor,
Yeah, I want
Mr.
our own
Taki,
anime me Taki. Mr. Taki. I'm gonna
Mr.
talk to Mr.
Taki,
Taki.
Mr.
Mr. Taki.
Taki. Speaking of which, did you see? I think I sent it to you on Instagram. McDonald's came out with the
Oh
Jujutsu
yeah.
Kaisen sauce.
I'm going to go get me
Yeah,
some. Is
I tried
is
it.
it oh
Yeah.
you know what? Save the review for later. We'll
Say we'll
talk
say the
about it.
review if you like we're talking about it. All right, guys, and that has been Anime Pod. I've been joined my co-host Sal, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters,
Peace.
bro. What?
Balloons.